Everyone, it's Final Round, and my name is Jordan, and welcome to round one of the playoffs. If this is your first time betting on the playoffs, I will warn you, maybe play it a little bit light. The thing about the NBA playoffs is the teams, they obviously play each other multiple times in a row. And it's not like the regular season where they're just going out and they're running their offense. They go out, they play their first game. The team that loses, they watch the film, they see what they did wrong, they find weaknesses, they find strengths, and they make adjustments. The team that won, they will do the same thing. And it can be difficult going off what happened the previous game and then trying to predict what's going to happen the next game. So we do have game ones here. Defense is going to ramp up. It's not going to be anything like the regular season. So regular season rankings, I'm not sure if they matter too much. Maybe you can find some mismatches looking at regular season rankings. But I believe head-to-head is the most important here that we can take a look at for game ones. So you will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description to give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier if you'd like to check it out. So my first pick, I'm going with someone from my Cavaliers. So it's Cavaliers against the Magic. These are two good defensive teams, not the best shooting teams. So I'm going with Max Strus. Over 7.5 rebounds plus assist at -115. The Cavaliers, if you've paid attention, they were doing really well for a little bit there. They've had a lot of injuries, but near the end of this season, they have kind of fallen off and struggled mightily. If I'm JB Bickerstaff, the Cavaliers coach, I'm going to play Max Strus a good bit of minutes in this first game and throughout the playoffs. He has a lot of playoff experience. He'd be a really good guy to have on the court, and this is why they picked him up. They picked him up for this reason, for the playoffs. And with the defense that's going to be played by both teams, there's going to be a lot of missed shots. There's going to be a lot of rebounds to go around, and he isn't that bad of a rebounder, and he also is a pretty good passer, finding the open man. So with this at 7.5, I know this is the end of the season, so he's gone over in 6 out of the last 7 games. The Cavaliers did need to win some games, so these games were important, except for that very last game. Looked like they kind of threw that one, but he still played well in it. So against Orlando this year, I'm going to put those numbers up. He's gone over this 3 out of 4 times, and we'll just see how the Cavaliers rotation goes. I know Karis LeVert's going to come off the bench. He's going to score a lot. Isaac Okoro, his lines are really low. He does get a good bit of minutes just for his defensive purposes, but he will knock down a shot or two every once in a while, but I can't put confidence in him. And then I saw George Niang's lines were low. I believe he'll get some minutes, but they'll want to have Evan Mobley out there as much as possible. Unless they really need to stretch the floor and they're down a little bit, they're going to put Niang out there in that power forward slot to get some more three-pointers up. But overall, I mean, that's just me talking about the game as a Cavaliers fan. But overall, I think Max Strus makes a good impact in this game. So I like him over rebounds and assists. So if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? Anything helps. And thank you to everyone that comments. The next pick's going to be Jalen Brunson over 10.5 rebounds plus assist at -115. So the Knicks are playing against the Sixers. Joel Embiid's going to be beat up. I don't see why he won't play, but he's not going to be 100% for this matchup. Jalen Brunson is a dog. A lot of the Knicks are just tough-minded players. Guys like Josh Hart, tough-minded player. I wish his rebounds line was a little bit lower, and I'd be taking that. But Jalen Brunson, he's going to play a lot of minutes. We can expect him to play near 40 minutes. And we know he's going to score a lot. His points line is up near 30 points. So I'm staying away from that. But the Knicks play really good defense as well. There's, like I said, there's going to be a lot of missed shots, and he's going to get good rebound opportunities. And also when it comes to passing the ball, he's been assisting very well. He's going to find his guys. And in the last 8 games of the season, he went over this mark in 7 out of the last 8. And then when we take a look at the head-to-head matchups, he went over this in the last 3 games against the Sixers, and he missed the very first game of the year. So 3 out of 4 on this season. And then even if you want to take a look at last season, he went over this 4 out of 4 times against the Sixers. So they will be at home, and I really like this line for Jalen Brunson. I think this is going to be another scrap type of game. That's just how the Knicks win their games, and that's how they play. So my next pick is going to be Nikola Jokic over 12.5 rebounds at -125. He went over in 6 out of the last 10 to end the year. Last few games, I know they were fighting for the #1 seed and all, but they wanted to keep him healthy. This season against the Lakers, he went over this 2 out of 3 times. And then going back and taking a look at that four-game sweep in the playoffs last year, he went over this 3 out of 4 times against them, and he got a lot of rebounds. I think he's going to have a big game in this game 1 here at home, which is going to point to my next pick for him. I don't think it's a bad bet for +125 for Jokic. Triple-double in 3 out of those 4 playoff games last year against the Lakers. And the reason why I mention this is the rosters haven't changed too much for both of these teams. He got a triple-double in 3 out of those 4 games. And his assist line is at 9.5. So pretty much if you want to take his assist line, just go with the triple-double, because he should get 10+ rebounds and he should get 10+ points. And before I get into the rest of these picks, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. I'll match your first deposit up to $100, and Sleeper will do it up to $500. There'll be links in the description. I'll take you straight there with the promo codes, and thank you to anyone who uses those. This next one's going to be Michael Porter Jr. over 3.5 first quarter points at -122. I took this as soon as it came out a few days ago. It was at even money when it first came out, so you see it's come down a little bit. He's gone over in 80% of the last 20 games, and against the Lakers this year, 3 out of 3 times. If you do want to go for that plus money, if you're going to single bet it, I looked, and you can alt it to 4.5, which is normally where this line is at. I don't know why it went down to 3.5, but if you alt it to 4.5, it makes it -104, so almost even money, and the numbers don't change. He's hit 80% of the last 20 games and 3 of 3 versus the Lakers. Then my final pick is going to be another first quarter prop. Grayson Allen over 2.5 first quarter points at -125. He's gone over in 75% of his last 20 games. And he has gone over 3 out of 3 against the Timberwolves. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there. Conversation going on about all kinds of sports, not just NBA. There's baseball. Me personally, just on the side, I've been doing really well with baseball. I've had 5 green days in a row. Doing a new strategy that I'm trying out. But there's very smart people in there bringing their own plays, and just it's free, not going to charge you anything to jump on in there. And then to recap some of these play-in games that I haven't got to in the videos. The previous play-in game, Tyrese Maxey over 1.5 first quarter assist. That hit at +105. And then, I didn't even look at that one for today's slate. So that could be a good one for this matchup. And then Joel Embiid over 1.5 3-pointers made at -102. He hit that. And then Trae Young hooked on the assist, and Bruno Fernando hooked on his points assist. He had some nice opportunities there near the end of the game to just put in one more basket, but it didn't happen. And then speaking of putting in one more basket, Nikola Vucevic over 17.5 points. He finished with 16, and he was the second leading scorer for the Bulls. The volume was there. The read was there. He has had some really easy shots that he missed. I can recall 4 of them. A couple of jump shots from the free throw line, and then a couple of just point blank, like floater layups where all he had to do was bank it in and it would have went in, and he would have hit this line. The Bulls, just as a team, I think everyone went under their points. They just, there was a lid on the rim in that first half. It was really bad, which leads to some of these first quarter props. Dosunmu, 3.5 first quarter points. He ended up with 3. He took 4 shots. He had some wide open looks, missed those. And then DeMar DeRozan over 1.5 assists. He ended up with 1 assist in that first quarter. I can recall like 6 times where he passed it to a wide open guy and they missed a shot. So his potential assist was probably crazy in that first quarter, and he just couldn't get it. The Bulls were a little bit shook there in the first quarter. And then Tyler Hero over 5.5 first quarter points. That was a pretty easy one for him. He was aggressive, and that was a plus money, plus 100. And I'm filming during the Kings game, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But it's good to not have to make multiple picks from one game and have multiple games to choose from. It's like almost like a regular season, small little slate, 4 games. So, and we'll see how it goes. So God bless you all. I'm going to get this edited, get out to you. It's final round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.